Hello, everyone. Welcome to Valdestadt's Voice. I'm your host, Valdestadt. Today, I'm going to be talking about UberEats in particular, but as a side note, on how gig apps work and why you guys get paid the way you do. So, you have to remember, all these gig apps are in competition with each other. So as time's gone on and the competition has gotten a lot tougher on everyone, the drivers are the one feeling the pain the most because the easiest thing to control is labor. And unfortunately, drivers are that labor. We are independent contractors. We can accept and decline with, impunity. We can just do what we want, work when we want and whatnot, but they have the right to lower our pay, which will either make drivers leave the platform or just simply complain and voice their displeasure. But on the flip side, if they lower it too much, they need drivers to deliver the orders, and without drivers, they can't make money. So it's literally a balancing act. So I know some of you are thinking, well, drivers will be replaced soon with autonomous cars or drones or whatnot. But that's in the future, and I'm talking about the present, because 99% of all deliveries are done by humans and us. Okay? So that being aside, think of it like this. UberEats, in particular, has to pay you a certain amount, which is the base pay, which is time and distance and pickup and drop off pay. Once that pay is calculated, the customer tips get factored in. But a lot of times, drivers don't like to take low paying offers under $5. Now, I know Uber Eats in certain areas and select markets have gotten the ability to see not just restaurant location and the time it takes to get to the restaurant, but also the customer location and the minimum pay. My market is not one of them. I'm still on the old model where all I see is just the time. That's it. Time to the restaurant. I don't see pay. I don't see customer location. It is a real pain in the rear because that kind of model does not allow people to decline based off pay or distance. Pretty much cherry picking. But what I'm about to tell you will explain how Uber Eats pays regardless of seeing the information or not. The only nice thing about this new structure where Uber shows you everything in your guys' markets that have them, it allows you to selectively reject long distance trips. That's the major advantage. But pay is still relegated to customer tips. Even though you might see a minimum amount of $4, $5, $6, minimum guaranteed, I should say, you still have zero idea on the tip. If the customer will tip, if it'll be a low tip, medium tip, really good high paying tip, no one knows. And this is what Doordash has taken from Uber Eats, because I have seen and heard that Doordash has allowed customers to tip on the back end after the delivery is completed. So that's one of the reasons you guys that are Doordash drivers are seeing $2, $3, $4 offers, because it's like the Uber Eats pay system and delivery model. Technically, it's the pizza delivery model for W-2 employees, because yes, I know they're W-2 employees and they get minimum wage plus tips. And minimum wage nationwide in the United States is $7.25, which if it were that for us as an independent contractor, that would be awesome. A lot of people would be happy with $7.25 deliveries minimum plus tips. But that's not the case because there's pros and cons, as you know, of being a W-2 employee, namely working when you want and declining when you want. With W-2s, you can't do that. You are on a schedule, you have to go into work, you got to basically do every order that's expected of you, and you still may not get a tip, even after that fact, being a pizza delivery driver. So, this is how it works. Uber has the best platform when it comes to customer data. Think about it. They have a database of every single customer that orders from them. Doordash does, GrubHub does, Postmates does, but Uber has a very extensive database that has all the different types of data. Namely, tipping. With 85% certainty, Uber can basically send you an order from one of those segmented tipping customers. So let's say like this. If your market cost of living in my region is about $10 to $12 an hour minimum, okay, for just getting by, paying the rent or mortgage, gas costs, fuel costs. My fuel cost in my area is about $2.15 a gallon at this point. Food costs are pretty low. Everything cost of living is lower. So since these apps are a corporation, they don't want to overpay what you're worth, in their opinion. But they don't want to underpay you or else you won't do the job either. So 10 to 12 an hour minimum, which is the base. And for GrubHub, at least for me, my ceiling is typically about $17 to $19 an hour. And then after that, if I go over that, I get throttled, where I don't get any orders for a while until an hour has passed and whatnot. So the hourly pay drops below 17, I might get another order again. Or I'll just get a bunch of $3 to $6 orders that are far distance. It's based off of your cost of living. So with UberEats, they will send you orders that roughly in my area will give me about the $10 to $12 an hour based on the number of hours I actually work. And they do that because they know the drivers that are in your area that are working, and they know if you haven't had an order in quite a bit, they will give you a customer that they know will tip you a good amount to get you to where you need to be. That is how Uber's system works for UberEats. I'm not a rideshare driver. I'm an UberEats driver. But think about it. Common sense will tell you if they have all the data and information, you don't just get orders by chance, because they have to spread out the money in your market in order to keep you at least happy enough to stay on the platform. Or else they're going to bleed drivers left and right, and then no one will get their food, and no, they will not get their money. So, think about it. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree. I'm talking about my own personal experiences based on the data that I have collected from GrubHub and about a year's time for UberEats. I have done about 4,000 deliveries in, I would say, 11 months of doing this. That's combined UberEats, DoorDash, and GrubHub. So once you drive for that amount of deliveries, you kind of see patterns. And again, this is on my market. Your cost of living in your market could be well above $10 to $12 an hour as the base, and above 17 to 19 as the ceiling. I've heard on other groups that some drivers have $25 to $30 per hour, but you guys could be in really, really busy markets with low volumes of drivers. So keep that in mind. I'm just trying to let you know the best way to make money is to understand how things work within each individual platform. So if you get lowball offers on UberEats, keep in mind what I said. They will give you offers that will make up for it, or else your drivers are just going to leave the platform and then no one wins. So have a great day. This was one of my longer videos, but I kind of had to so that I could explain it to you on why things work the way they do, and specifically why UberEats does things the way they do and pays you what they do, because there is an underlying method to their madness. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Valdestadt's Voice.